Hi there, movie lovers. Welcome back to the Best Movies channel. In this video, I'm introducing Life is Beautiful, the unforgettable 1997 Italian comedy drama directed by and starring Roberto Benigni. In this touching story, Benigni plays Guido, a charming and optimistic man who uses his imagination to protect his young son from the horrors of a Nazi concentration camp. Partly inspired by true events in Benigni's own family history, the film masterfully blends humor and heartbreak in a way that stays with you long after it ends. Stay with me as we revisit this award-winning classic that captured hearts around the world. Let's start with a quick look at the movie's plot. Part 1. It's 1939 in fascist Italy. Young Italian Jew Guido Orefice arrives in the city of Arezzo, Tuscany, to work at his uncle Aliccio's hotel restaurant. Guido is quick, witted, funny, and full of charm, and it's not long before he falls head over heels for Dora, a local schoolteacher from a non-Jewish family. There's just one problem. She's engaged to Rodolfo, a wealthy but arrogant government official who often clashes with Guido. Determined to win her heart, Guido stages a series of coincidental encounters to catch Dora's attention. Eventually, Dora can't resist his warmth and determination. In a bold, romantic move, Guido sweeps her away from her own engagement party, riding off on Uncle Aliccio's horse, Robin Hood, leaving her fiancé and mother humiliated. Guido and Dora marry, have a son named Giosu, and open a bookstore together. Dora's mother visits once, meeting her grandson for the first time. Part 2. By 1944, World War II is at its peak, and Nazi Germany has occupied northern Italy. On Giosu's birthday, tragedy strikes. Guido, Alicio, and young Giosu are arrested and forced onto a train bound for a concentration camp. When Dora learns what has happened, she refuses to be separated from her family. Even though she's not Jewish, she demands to be put on the same train. At the camp, men and women are split apart, and Dora never sees her husband or son again during their imprisonment. Guido, determined to protect Giosu from the horrors around them, invents an elaborate story. The entire ordeal is part of a game. Every task Giosu completes earns points, and the grand prize for reaching 1,000 points. A real tank. But there are strict rules: no crying, no asking for mom, and no complaining about being hungry. Quiet boys who hide from the guards can even score bonus points. Guido uses his wit to keep the illusion alive. He hijacks the camp's loudspeaker to send loving messages to Dora, and cleverly avoids danger. Giosu even escapes the gas chamber simply because he hates bathing and skipped the shower with the other children. In one tense moment, Giosu almost blows his cover by saying, "Thank you," in Italian to a server, but Guido turns it into a game for the German children, teaching them Italian and saving his son. He even manages to get Jiosu a meal by tricking a German nanny into thinking the boy is one of her charges. As the war nears its end and the Allies approach, the camp descends into chaos. Guido hides Jiosu for the final task of the game, telling him not to come out until everyone has gone. Then Guido sneaks off to find Dora, but he's caught by a German soldier. While being led to his execution, he spots Jiosu one last time, winks playfully, and keeps up the act until the very end. Moments later, he is shot. The next morning, Jiosu emerges from his hiding spot and sees an American Sherman tank rolling into the camp. Believing he's won the game, he joyfully rides on the tank with a US soldier. Soon after, he spots his mother in the crowd of freed prisoners. They reunite, and the boy excitedly tells her how he won, just as his father promised. In the closing moments, the now adult Jiosu, serving as the film's narrator, reflects on the incredible sacrifice his father made for him. Alright, now it's time to dive into the film review. Life is Beautiful isn't just a film. It's a delicate balancing act, a tightrope walk between laughter and tears, joy and tragedy, light and darkness. At its core, Roberto Benigni's masterpiece asks a simple yet profound question: how far can the human spirit stretch when faced with unimaginable cruelty? From a psychological perspective, the first half of the film immerses us in the buoyant optimism of Guido. His quick wit and boundless charm are not mere personality traits, they are coping mechanisms. Even before the storm of war, Guido's humor serves as a shield, protecting him from life's uncertainties. In psychology, this is a form of positive reframing, the ability to reinterpret adversity in a way that preserves hope. When the narrative shifts to the concentration camp, this trait transforms into something even more powerful, a survival strategy. Guido builds a fantasy for his young son, convincing him that the horrors surrounding them are part of an elaborate game. The stakes: 1,000 points in a real tank is the prize. What might seem like comedy in the abstract becomes an act of supreme love and sacrifice in context. Guido isn't just protecting his son's body, he's protecting his innocence, his will to live, and his belief in the goodness of the world. Philosophically, the film leans into elements of existentialism and stoicism. Guido cannot control the external circumstances, the oppression, the violence, the randomness of survival, but he can control his response. Without joy, we cannot feel the full weight of its loss. The film whispers to us, life may not always be beautiful, but we can choose to make it so. Like a Stoic sage, he exercises agency over his inner world, redefining reality to preserve dignity. At the same time, the existentialist undercurrent reminds us, life's meaning is not given, it is created, often in defiance of absurdity. Yet Life is Beautiful is not without controversy. Critics argue that the film risks trivializing the Holocaust, wrapping one of history's darkest chapters in a sugar-coated narrative. And it's a valid concern. The danger of softening atrocity is real. But Benigni's intention seems less about retelling history in all its horror, and more about illuminating a singular human truth. Even in the face of dehumanization, love can remain unbroken. The brilliance of the film lies in this duality. It is not a Holocaust movie in the conventional sense, it is a story about the resilience of the human heart. The first half's light-hearted romantic comedy is not wasted fluff, it's the emotional foundation that makes the second half hit with devastating force. In the end, Guido's journey becomes a testament to the idea that beauty is not the absence of pain, but the courage to find light within it. And finally, I hope you will see this movie completely, and enjoy watching it. I would be happy if you could comment your opinion about this movie.